So, the Toronto Raptors have fired Nick Nurse, as we talked about in a video earlier today. Now, we'll talk about the coaching candidates who they potentially are going to go after. I'm at work right now, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button as we're on the way to 20,000 subscribers. And let's get right into today's video. Shout out to Charania and Eric Corrine of The Athletic for this information. So, basically what we heard after, Nick Nurse went 227 to 163 in 5 seasons with the Raptors, won Coach of the Year in 2019, as well as winning an NBA championship. Now, this is a guy that we know he has Nick Nurse is probably going to end up in Houston because of his connection there. But let's talk about what went wrong. And from what I've heard is he lost the locker room this year. And I will say the full blame can't be given to Nick Nurse. I believe some blame has to be given to Masai Ujiri. I know Toronto isn't like the dream destination for good players, and I know Nick Nurse, only played like 7-8 man rotations, but I also feel like Masai Ujiri, since the championship, didn't provide enough players for Nick Nurse to increase his depth. That's just my take. But let's talk about possible candidates to replace Nick Nurse. Right now, league sources tell The Athletic that Celtics coach Ime Udoka is like the prominent prime guy that they are interviewing. The others are Patrick Mutombo and Jerry Stackhouse. Mutombo was the head coach of the Raptors 905 G League team for 2 years before joining Monty Williams' coaching staff before the start of this season. And Stackhouse was the Raptors 905 coach from 2016 to 2018 before becoming an assistant coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, and then eventually where he currently is the current head coach of Vanderbilt. Supposedly Jerry Stackhouse doesn't want to leave, but we know that he could be enticed. Now, Nick Nurse came over in 2013, part of Brian Colangelo's overhaul, and he joined Dwayne Casey's staff, and he's supposedly, a guy who was mostly focused on offense during his time, and he helped develop Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. But after his dismissal, we saw a bunch of Raptors coaches accept jobs from other places, and which led to, I feel like, Nick Nurse not having as good of a coaching staff around him. And we saw DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl turn into Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green. And then, of course, they brought back Jakob Poeltl recently. And I just feel like what we're hearing that they're saying is the decision that they made was never easy, but they want to reset. And that they want to build spirit back here, the culture, that they need that back. And Ujiri said there's no timeline for a head coach, but definitely hiring one before the NBA draft is something that they're hoping to be able to do. And I agree, like that's probably what you want to do, okay? Is get yourself a coach who's going to be here for the draft so you can get guys who are like-minded as your coach. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments section. Who would you guys, I think Ime Udoka is the guy. We've heard it for a month now. As soon as the Nick Nurse rumors were going around, we heard that they wanted Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka has the connection, and for me, it makes the most sense, let's be honest. And I'm excited to hear your guys' thoughts on who do you think will be the coach. And I'm quite curious to see what's going on. And yeah, I want to know, okay? This is an interesting situation due to the fact that I know the last 2 seasons have been disappointing, but I don't think it's entirely Nick Nurse's fault, but I think Ime Udoka is the right coach. And if it isn't Ime Udoka, I would really like Jerry Stackhouse, in my personal opinion. But I think they're going to go with someone they're familiar with. That's what I'm going to tell you right here, right now, is I think whoever is the coach for the Raptors will be someone who was formerly an assistant coach. What if Dwayne Casey came back? What if Masai Ujiri was just like, let's bring Dwayne back? We had such a good culture when Dwayne was here. We'll have Dwayne build up the team for 5 years, and then we'll fire him, bring back Nick Nurse, win another championship, go 5 years, fire him, and just keep doing the cycle until they're both dead. I don't know why I did that, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to head out. Bye-bye.